Hello everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading of today, a Sunday, Harry's 40th birthday. Today we're looking at strange stories that have appeared in the press about Harry. And this story is about an opinion poll that was conducted by the Daily Mail. So it's not the usual suspects, the YouGov polls and things like that, which are always shockingly bad for Harry and also for Meghan. This was a poll conducted, an exclusive poll, I beg your pardon, conducted by the Daily Mail or for the Daily Mail. And it tells us that 60% of the public are still opposed to Harry's return, his permanent return as a working royal, but that more people are now in favor of his return than were previously. Back in March, only 25% of people could imagine Harry coming back permanently as a working royal, and that 25% has now gone up to 34%, which has been trumpeted as a dramatic turnaround and, open the doors and the windows and ring the bells and line the streets because here he comes. That's the kind of message. The article is by Charlotte Griffiths and someone else, and Charlotte Griffiths is a personal friend of Prince Harry's. She moves in the same social circle. She was very involved in that article that started the whole plan to bring Has-Been in from the cold thing that was then denied by Montecito. But she seems as if she's a messenger of sorts. We're going to have a look at this with the Lunar Soul Tarot and see what's going on with this poll. Because in this article, the authors carry on and mention that Harry is discussing with, I can't remember the guy's name, but he's the Duke of Westminster's second in command, and Jamie, that Jamie guy that used to work for Harry, to sort of cook up a plan to bring Harry back or to guide him back into his old circles in the UK. So something is afoot. I want to know how authentic this poll is. It's a small poll, 1,000 people or so, and as I say, exclusively done for the Daily Mail. So I want to know who's behind it. Is the Daily Mail up to something? It would be quite good for their viewing figures if Harry did come back as a working royal, because it would be wall-to-wall coverage of people booing and shouting and all that stuff. So that's my suspicious thought. But then I'm going to look at Harry, of course. The obvious thing is that Harry is behind this and his people in the UK are behind this. It could be the king. Some people speculate that the king is behind this. He wants to bring Harry in from the cold. So we're going to have a look. We're going to ask what's the motive, what's the intention with this, who's being gamed, who's being influenced, who's being messaged or persuaded and all of that stuff. And then do we need to brace ourselves for the return? Is that really coming? I think the cards are warmed up. Let's remind you, it's tarot for fun and entertainment. It's all my opinion, it's all speculation. I just read energy, archetypal energy, because we're dealing with the royal family, which is archetypal, and we learn from archetypes. And disclaimer in the box below. Let's see what the Lunar Soul Tarot have to tell us. Ooh, we've got the Three of Swords, and it's in reverse. This is someone suffering from heartbreak and betrayal and loss and pain, who's trying to heal from it. And I don't think that is Charlotte Griffiths. I don't think it's the king. I don't think it's the Duke of Westminster. He seems to be mentioned quite a lot in the Bring Harry Back thing. I think it's Harry. I think Harry is in trouble. Harry is in trouble. Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords is about the most pain that you can be in the tarot. It's heartache, it's heartbreak. There might be something going on there in the marriage. Well, I'm sure there is, but that's my opinion. And in need of rescue, in need of healing, in need of balm, the soothing balm of those bells and balcony appearances and carriage drives and laying wreaths and cutting ribbons and all of that light royaling that he seems to think that he might do now after telling us how boring it was and he didn't want to do it. Let's see where we are. What are we dealing with today? Oh, and we get it again, the Two of Cups in reverse, the breakup card. I think the husband came back at the funeral and told everybody marriage is over. There it is. Two of Cups in reverse, separation. I'm going to have to squeeze that tear out. Try very hard to. Yeah, pretty obvious what's going on there. So let's see. How authentic was this poll? Or did they go and poll Harry 1,000 times? I'm being snarky, of course. How friends? A straw poll of friends. Three of Cups is friends. They went and canvassed the mates, however many there are. Maybe there are 3 friends left. There were 5 friends. Megan had 5 friends. Maybe Harry is down to 3. And they polled them over a period of weeks, every day. How do you feel about Harry coming back permanently as a working royal? Oh, yes, brilliant idea. Tomorrow, how do you feel about Harry coming back? Brilliant idea. That's the vibe that's coming through for me. And as I say, one of those authors, journalists who wrote that article, Charlotte Griffiths, is a friend in the same social circle. So a useful friend, like Bryony Gordon was a useful friend, saying what a marvellous person Meghan was and Harry was and, you know, all the rest of it. So I don't think that we can give much credence to this opinion poll myself, and of course this is just my opinion, and I mean no disparagement of Charlotte Griffiths' journalistic skills and her integrity as a reporter. I'm just saying they are connected. She's quite open about it, that she knows him, they move in the same social circles. So I think we're getting that message reinforced in the energy of this reading. And of course, I have to say, allegedly. Let us see who is behind this poll, behind this story. Who do we have? Who's showing up? Oh, we've got the King of Swords. Ha! That is the Duke of Westminster. Because very fortunately, I remembered to look him up before I started this reading. I usually forget to do this, but today I remembered. And what sign is he? He's an air sign. He's an Aquarius. This seems to me, and I have to say my opinion, and I am speculating, that the Duke of Westminster, or his 2IC, is the one behind this cunning plan to do this poll and to publish it on Harry's birthday and to say, look, see, he's not as awful as you all thought. There's lots of people out there who would vote for him, who would rush to line the streets if he came back and sob and, you know, tug their forelocks and say hallelujah. I'm being very snarky because people are being played. But this is a rescue operation. Clearly. 3 of Swords in reverse, 2 of Cups in reverse. My opinion. So, what's the motive for this poll and all this messaging we are getting? What are we supposed to take from this, we who are being manipulated? We've got the World in reverse. And I would say that it is because of the giant failure in Montecito. The World, upright success, completion of something, achieving all your goals, launching yourself onto fresh projects because you have done so brilliantly. In reverse, big giant failure. And the big giant failure needs to come home and do some ribbon cutting. We've been told that. 10 years of ribbon cutting was in the plan. That it looks like this. I am sure he's very, very bright. The Duke of Westminster, King of Swords is a boffin. Very strategic, very, very sharp, very on it. If anyone's going to come up with a rescue plan or a rehabilitation plan, Father has been, that's your guy. And of course, money, no end of money to make this happen. Wow, I wish he was a mate of mine. So, there we go. Big card there, the World in reverse, giant flop. Are we going to see the has-been? Are we going to have to line the streets, and the bells are going to ring, and doves are going to be released, and I don't know, even on the ISS where they're stuck in space indefinitely, they're going to be celebrating. What's going to happen? Oh, the Hanged One. The Hanged One isn't liberated just yet. Ha! Not yet. Not yet. You can see he's still dangling there. Uncomfortably. Very uncomfortably, while he has a big think. We're in limbo. We're waiting. We're waiting for something to happen. Perhaps we're waiting for him to see the light. And perhaps this has all been set up, and perhaps this persuasion is happening, but he hasn't seen the light, because if he sees the light, or if he takes the bait and he says, okay, and he's cut down from his tree where he is hanging, helplessly, dangling, he then has to own up to certain things that might be very uncomfortable to own up to. But it does look like we're in the season of the rescue and the rehabilitation operation now. I thought this was a 3-act thing and we were through it, but it might be one of those 5-act things, or even a series. So, wow. There it is, the Hanged One, dangling, powerless, a victim, enfeebled, not able yet to be liberated, to walk free, to be the captain of his own soul. Not yet. Deluded as well. Hanged Man is Neptune energy. Not seen clearly yet. Will he ever? That is the question. He's in trouble. He's in trouble. 3 of Swords in reverse, 2 of Cups in reverse, and the rescue is being offered because of the World in reverse, the giant failure, the big giant flop that he's been in America. But that sword can cut that rope. But the person hanging there has actually got to be willing for it to happen. That's what's going on as far as I can tell, and all allegedly and all of that stuff. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow.